Hello, 99ers. And hello to the wider world of retro computing, I guess. Because I think I've come to the point where I can admit to myself that yes, there is a world of retro computing outside this platform that I happen to love that got the kiss of death in 1983. They say the first step is admitting you have a problem. Not sure what the next step is, but probably doesn't matter. Anyway, for the last while, I've been dabbling in TI-99 speech synth music, if you can call it music. One recent adventure in this area involved making two TI-99 4As sing a duet.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
But having done that, I kind of felt like I'd taken this business of squeezing music out of a TI's text-to-speech engine about as far as it could go. Didn't feel like there was a whole lot else to do at that point. A TI-99 barbershop quartet, maybe? Well, maybe someday, but for now, I've decided to try something else. See, the pile of tools I'd put together to build speech synth patterns was, at that point, kind of a gigantic mess. There was really no sharing any of that and saying, and you can do it too using these simple, easy steps, because there were no simple or easy steps. But I wasn't too happy about accepting that situation for what it was. So, what I've started creating for my next project isn't just another pile of synth data played back for a laugh. Instead, I've made a tool for assembling that synth data that is simple and is easy to use. It's a program for composing speech synth tunes on a TI-99 4A using TI's text-to-speech subroutines, which puts everything you need on one screen. The results won't be as good as you'll get from a pattern built by hand, but they're still pretty good, and building them is about 100 times faster, with no need to memorize the allophone library. So I figure that all counts for something. Now, I'm not the first to do something like this. Back in the day, the TI Sings disk from Trio Plus Software included tools for creating TI synth songs. But being done in Console Basic and lacking any real design interface, those tools don't make the exercise particularly easy. And in the present, I'd prefer to just manipulate the data with my own tools if I'm going to go about it the hard way. But as fun as it is to string bytes together by hand, I'm glad I've now got something easier in what I call TI Composer. As I say, the idea is to make composing synth songs simple and fun. The program needs some sort of disk, extended basic and 32K, just like you'd expect, and naturally it wouldn't make much sense to use it without the speech synthesizer. You can also use it emulated under MAME, though I don't recommend using it under other emulation platforms as only MAME does text-to-speech flawlessly. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of a tour. First of all, fair warning, the load time is brutal. This is mainly thanks to the text-to-speech subroutines themselves. TI warns that they take 1.5 to 2 minutes to load in the docs. That's not quite true here, since only one of the three routines speak is being loaded into low memory from disk. The others have been embedded in the program in high memory, but it's still a bit of a wait. Inside the program, you can see that any given note has both a word and a musical note assigned to it. Now, as to that, what TI Speech Synth provides is 63 frequencies which are not tuned to the notes of any musical scale. So what the program is able to get out of that is in fact 36 frequencies which are fairly close to the desired semitone. The ones I've used are mostly from the upper and middle portion of the synthesizer's range, which tends to be a little more in tune and just sound better. So we've got a 3-octave range in all. Graphically, the program uses T40XP 40 column mode for extra character density. The resolution of that mode being the same 256 pixel width as 32 column mode, but with tiles that are 6 by 8 instead of 8 by 8. So we get 40 columns instead of 32. And while designing 6 by 8 graphics is kind of a giant pain, I need those columns for my 36 pitches, so it's worth the struggle. Building a song should only usually take you a couple minutes. As you navigate and build a song, each note begins with the pitch of the one above it, and the phonetic value. just so you can find your desired pitch either before or after you assign a sound to the note. Pressing F to enter one or more words for a given note, you can see that the text-to-speech engine figures out the pattern for that.
Right.
And we adjust left and right to pick a pitch. We can also adjust the contour of any word or sequence of them. That's the degree of pitch change over the course of any voiced speech frames in the sample. So you can hear the difference when we adjust contour here.
Hello. Hello.
That toggles between three settings, the default being a flat contour. You'll notice contour less in sounds with not many voiced speech frames, which is to say sounds like oo and ul and Unvoiced sounds like f and s don't have pitch, so they also don't have contour. Most commands are listed on the main screen, but you can also hit function 7, which is to say aid, for a couple more. The most important being function P, which will play the song you put together continuously by feeding it directly to speak.
It's time to play the music.
This is a bit faster and so may give you a better result than the regular play to end option that displays each value.
It's time to play the music.
You've also got the option to save your song or load one. That'll save or load from a DV80 file, so that's a way to keep your song for later if you want, or to dump your data for use elsewhere. If you'd like to load an example song, there's one called Muppet on the program disk. That's just something I threw together quickly in the program, and probably you can do better. But it's something to give you an idea. So here's that, and what it sounds like.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Anyway, something for a little fun in Extended Basic. Make your TI-99 foray sing. Maybe not like never before, but, well, hopefully more easily than ever before. The link is in the description. If folks enjoy it, maybe I'll expand on the features and design. But, heck, it's a simple enough program, so maybe other folks will. There's a lot more it could do, and arguably a few more things it should do. Have a good one, folks. Today, I guess I should let TI Composer call this one to a close.
Why do women come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show.